What's up, everybody? The Big Boss here, back with another YouTube video. We are about to watch episode 9 of season 1 for Cobra Kai. The last episode ended super crazy, where Johnny getting confronted and jumped by Daniel LaRusso's cousin and a couple of his motorcycle friends. They trashed his car, they set it on fire, and we watched Johnny ride off towards Daniel's house to go have a word with him, if you will. We also saw a big division between the House of Cobra Kai and the LaRusso house, where there are two completely opposing points of views. We saw Johnny retell his story of Karate Kid, where it was Johnny was always the protagonist and Daniel was always the antagonist. That was very interesting. And then Johnny gave that narrative to Miguel and told Miguel, be careful with LaRusso's daughter, because he was dating LaRusso's daughter. And then at the end of that last episode, he saw the LaRusso family having dinner along with Robbie, who's Johnny's son, but Miguel doesn't know him. And he was having a good time chatting it up with Miguel's girlfriend, who just happens to be LaRusso's daughter. So they're really pushing that narrative with it, where they shouldn't get along. It's interesting to see. I'm interested to see what's about to happen. Appreciate you all, as always. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell. Get notified every time I put out a new video. Also, if you like this video, hit that like. Appreciate you all, and I'll see you at the end of this video. Oh, it's getting exciting now.
Come to my house? Are you insane? I don't know what the hell happened, but I had nothing to do with it. That was my cousin.
Big surprise. All you LaRussos are the same.
Get the hell off my property or I'm calling the police.
Oh, yeah, you afraid?
You know, this is ridiculous. You want to go now? Come on, Johnny. You want to do this? Let's go with it.
You know, as much as I would love to watch you and your childhood karate rival duke it out, I kind of don't want to get any blood on the patio. So, Johnny, I hear you run a dojo. It's nice.
Yeah, it was nice until your husband got my rent doubled. He torched my car.
I did not torch your car. I'm the guy who had your car fixed, remember?
Yeah, well, it wouldn't have needed to be fixed if your daughter and her friends hadn't wrecked it in the first place. Yeah, ask your daughter.
No.
Yeah, well, I'm not leaving until I get payback for my car.
I told you I had nothing to do with it.
Someone did.
Luckily, we know someone with a car dealership who can help. Just give him a car and get him out of your life forever.
All right, as I saw him shaking the salt shaker, and we saw the point of view of the LaRussos, the way he was aggressively putting salt on his food, it makes me wonder if the point of view that we're seeing from Johnny so far, or what he does, if those are the actions through his eyes, but if everybody else is seeing something different. I didn't think about that until right now. We see how he's aggressively trying to put salt on his food. And what if we saw it from Johnny's point of view, where he's just putting salt on his food like a normal human being? Like, I think that's an interesting thing to think about. Well, let's just keep watching this and see where it goes.
Okay, choose.
Thought you sold Porsches.
Yeah, right. In your dreams. Just pick one out and get the hell out of here. I don't have all day.
This one's not half bad.
It's 2009 Challenger, 5.8 liter.
5.7.
What, you know cars?
Kind of man doesn't. Wait, what's wrong with it?
What do you mean? What do you think, I sell lemons?
I don't trust you.
All right, fine. You want a test drive? I'll give you a goddamn test drive.
You got one of these in black?
Yeah, I'll get it for you.
It was his last car red.
Listen, Dad, did you get into a hit-and-run accident a few months back?
It wasn't me driving, Mom. I swear. It was Yasmin.
I don't care who was driving. You should have told us this. I mean, do you have any idea the kind of trouble you caused? I can't believe I'm saying this, but you're grounded.
Hey, how's it going?
I am a prisoner. Gotta get out of here.
Okay, one drink and then we get the hell out of here. Back in the day, I just figured you were living the life. You know, fancy cars, motorbikes.
It had its moments. Kreese gave me more attention than I ever got at home. The guy was more than a sensei to me. He was basically a father. Yeah, you wouldn't understand.
My dad died when I was 8. Mr. Miyagi was like a father to me. You know what? Get me a kettle martini straight up, couple olives, ice cold.
And 2 more of these.
Well, how did all these people get here so early?
Do these look like people I'd invite? Kyler, go tell these losers to get out of here.
You know what? Let's just go to the spot or
That's
go
interesting.
home or whatever, you know what I mean?
Moon, what the hell are you doing?
I'm just going to get a beer.
We have beers!
Robbie, what happened? Are you okay?
I just twisted my ankle a little bit.
Robbie sprained his ankle. He needs a ride home. So drop him off and come right back, okay?
Do you need some help?
He said you were a prisoner. I figured I'd break you out. Where are we going?
To a party. How does that sound?
That sounds great.
Awesome. My boyfriend's probably wondering where the hell I am right now.
Come on, Moon. Let's go.
No, I'm staying. I apologize to Aisha for what we did, and you should too.
You deserve them, Moon.
I haven't told my dad that I'm dating Miguel, because my dad hates Miguel's sensei. Like, with a passion.
Who's this guy?
This is Robbie. He works with my dad.
Oh, with your dad. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I texted and called you all day.
My mom took my phone.
Oh, that's so convenient.
hey, man,
and it's you get out of here. Hey, man, you want to try that again?
Don't.
I'm sorry.
My dad was right about Cobra Kai. Good luck at the tournament. I won't be there.
Save it for the mat.
Hey, I didn't say yes.
You know, like at the end of Rocky 3.
Yeah,
Rocky
when Rocky and Apollo fight for Kron. Yeah. Okay, all right, one time, and one time only.
LaRusso, I really need to talk to you about something.
What the hell's wrong with you?
What the hell's wrong with you, man?
Hey, Dad, back off!
You gotta be kidding me.
Bro, just when things were going a certain way.
Mr. LaRusso, I was gonna tell
Oh, is
you.
this all just a con? Get out
Please,
now, and don't come back to this house, not to the dealership, not ever.
That's a
You
little
got
harsh,
that?
bro.
Ever again.
So I'm
Is he gonna drive it into him? Oh, I thought he was gonna drive it into the place, bro. He was so mad. That was insane. That was insane. You know, the way the previous episode ended, I thought for sure they were going to go to a certain place in this episode. And, you know, they were like right there. They were right there. But then they cooled down. They kind of made amends. They went around and tried to cool things off and do better. And there was some progress. They were progressing. They were doing better. And then the situation at the end happened. And it just, boom, exploded back at the beginning where they were at, where they don't like each other again. And they were doing so good. That's so frustrating to see that. Hey, but good for them. Good for them. Good for the writers. That was a good story. The kids, bro. Miguel, he's really... It's tough to see things like this. You know what? It's funny. It's interesting. We don't think about it when we're kids because we don't. There's a lot of stuff we don't understand. Emotions. I mean, how many of us are emotionally stable as kids? How many of us are emotionally stable in our 20s and 30s and so on? I mean, to have a feeling inside of you. First of all, Miguel lacks emotional comfort. He doesn't have a dad in his life. His mom's always working. He has his grandma, but between the world she grew up in and the world he's living in, it's a big difference. So as much as she can be there, she can't be there. Johnny Miguel Sensei has made up a big part of that to him in his life. So he feels that comfort. But now he has this interest from the opposite sex, from some young lady who has given him interest for who he is. And he feels comforted by it. And then he felt some type of betrayal in the previous episode, right? So then he's hurting. Again, lack of emotional stability. It's not his fault. He hasn't been taught, he hasn't been surrounded by emotional stability most of his life. And now he's in a situation where he's angry, he feels betrayed, and then he was under the influence of alcohol, which is, not a good mix. And he happened to push his girlfriend away. But then Robbie, Robbie doesn't know any better. He's just trying to do what he was trying to do because, well, he doesn't know any better. He was trying to come clean. He learned a lot from LaRusso. And I think Daniel was a bit tough on him at the end. And I can understand how he can maybe feel about it. But he's a kid, bro. Like, Daniel, you've been a mentor to him. And I don't know. I felt like Daniel was a little bit harsh, way too harsh on him, because this kid is trying, and Robbie's going through the same exact thing as Miguel. Probably Robbie even much worse because he doesn't have a grandma that's there for him. His mom isn't there. His dad hasn't been there. And finally, when he finds some comfort and acceptance, without him having to act up or act out, he gets pushed away from that. It is partially his fault for lying. At the same time, if it wasn't for that, he would have never been in that position. He would never met Mr. LaRusso. He would have never been influenced through who Daniel is. So, kind of an interesting situation there. That was episode 9. Interesting name, different but the same. I'm excited to see what happens next. We have one more episode left before the end of the season. So let's see what happens. Appreciate you all. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for hanging out with me and watching this episode. If you liked it, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to click the little bell so you get notified every time I put up a new video. Appreciate you all. And I'll see you all in the next one.